Hey y'all, welcome back to Daydream Manor Flower Farm. I'm Dawn, I live in South Louisiana, and today's video, I am planting some lilies in crates. Hey y'all, welcome to the front of the stem shed. I am outside of it right now because I am trying to get this potting soil mixed up, and I thought maybe you might be interested in what my recipe is and kind of the steps on how I do it. So let's just jump in. I am going to apologize for this weird angle. It's just hard to get it all in. So I am going to move it again just so you can see how I've got this and what the ingredients are. So hold on. All right, not the best angle, but we're going to roll with it. All right, first thing you're going to need is something to mix it. So what I have in here right now is enough to put into one crate. Here are my ingredients, and I'll list them below just so you have them. I use peat moss. I have a compost, or you can use a cow manure, whatever it is you use for compost. I have some fine vermiculite and some perlite and slow release fertilizer. So here's what I do. Y'all, let me show you the scientific method of how I figure out the parts. My thrift store pots. We are super scientific over here. But it does the job. Y'all, you know, if it does the job, I'm all for it. So in here, to fit into one of the tulip trays, and I'll show you the tray in a minute so you can get an idea from that, I do four parts. Words are going to be hard. 4 parts of peat moss. This peat is the Canadian peat. I like it so much better. It doesn't have as much other crap in it as the one does the other brand. But this is the Canadian one that you can get. I get it here from one of the big box stores that's blue. But it's a do-it-yourself store, not that other store. So I get it from there. This is the compost I'm using. We had this trucked in last year, so it is still breaking down and it still looks good. It's still got a lot of stuff happening in it. And then I buy the big bags, and when I say big bags, I'm talking like they come up to my shoulder, of vermiculite and perlite. I get those at my local nursery. They sell it. It's not a wholesale price or anything, but y'all, it's like $45 a bag for each one of these, and they last such a good long time. The only drawback is you need to have somewhere to store it after you open it, because they are literally in bags. I know you're not gonna be able to see it, but I'll try to lift it. I love these. These are the seed and feed buckets from Tractor Supply. I know they're not paying for that. I buy all of my own stuff. So I do store it in there. It doesn't all fit, so I try to use as much of it out of the bag first. I fill this up and then I start using out of the bag. And then I just roll the bag down, store it up on top of a shelf. I love these buckets because they fit, the smaller ones fit perfectly under my seed starting rack. So I can tuck them away under there. Like right now, when I have like 6 of them under my racks. So works out perfectly for me. So again, this is the ingredients: peat, compost, vermiculite, perlite, and then some type of slow release fertilizer. I just had some of this, and so that's what I'm doing. For the crate, I did four pots, 4 parts, but 4 pots of the peat moss, 2 of the compost, and then 1 of vermiculite, 1 of perlite, and then I just I fill up a small pot of the slow release, because if I see that they need any other fertilizer, I'll hit them with fish fertilizer or whatever when they're out there. But the other reason I make my own potting mix is because, y'all, I love making it, one, but for me it's much more economical to do that because, okay, let me move because the sun is going to blind me, and now it's getting freaking hot out here. Okay, so the hat's coming off because now I'm starting to sweat. It was cooler this morning. I put on long johns, all the things, and now we're getting hot. But it's getting cold again this evening. All right, sorry, that was such a squirrel moment. I do all of my potting mix. I've made a video of this a couple of years ago. Just for me, it's just so much easier. Because I have to have a potting mix for my succulents, for my houseplants, my tropical houseplants that I sell. I do for my seed starting mix. I have something for my potting up mix. So I do different mixtures for all of those. And really and truly, this is all the basic ingredients. So I just change it around. I do add some worm castings sometimes for some of my recipes, but I make it usually all at one time, and I store in containers that I get from wherever. These last ones I got were $5 at Dollar Tree, and so they're just a storage container. I mix it up, I put it in, and that way whenever I'm ready, I just open it and use it. So it just, for me, once I priced it out, I like mixing it myself. It's just more cost effective. So once you have all the lovely stuff, we're going to mix it up with, yes, this is a potato masher. Yes, it is from the thrift store. Y'all see a theme here? Okay, so I like a potato masher just because for me it's easier to drag everything through and to mix. And then it's like, look, see, like when you get these big chunks, y'all, potato masher just gets rid of them. I just like using it. It's so much easier for me to handle. I'd use my hands, whatever. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you need to be careful with the vermiculite, you know, and I am aware that it does get into the air. Gotcha. All right, I'm going to mix all of this up really quick, and then I will show you I will show you the next steps. All right, right now I'm using my hands just to get it all in and mixed up, and then I'll go through it with my potato masher so I can get the big pieces out. Look, you want your soil, your potting mix, whatever you're using, you want it to be fluffy. Yes, fluffy, because it needs to have the water to be able to flow through it. Bulbs don't like to sit in wet. And there are a lot of flowers. We all know this. There are a lot of seedlings that don't like their roots to sit in a lot of water. So when you're mixing, the consistency needs to be really fluffy. All right, we are almost finished with this. Need is a crate. So you want a deeper crate than normal. So like the flat ones that you see at the grocery store that they may put like cold drinks in, that is not going to be deep enough. You need something that's deeper because lilies like a lot of soil so that their roots really get deep. So I like these bulb crates, and I just collect them when I order. I don't know what I'm going to do now since I'm not going to order the tulips, but it's fine. You can use a milk crate, anything that's just taller than your regular drink crate. So I have this. I just put down craft paper. You could use newspaper. And look, the only reason I do this is to stop it from losing so much. And I still lose some out the sides, but this way at least the soil sits on top of here, and it does disintegrate over time. My crate, I'm gonna have to move it here so you can see. Y'all, I need a camera guy. Mr. Daydream's not home. He had to go into work, so I'm like, I need a camera guy. Anyway, all I'm gonna do is fill this up with my pot, because that's who we are. So let's get this filled up. I'm going to use all of this in this tray. Oh, that looks so pretty. All right, so that's about where it is. You can see it's about halfway up the crate, and then all I'm going to do is place the bulbs in the tray. Y'all, super easy. This is Dakota. So I do put all 25 in here. This is what they look like, roots down, and I just start placing them 3 to 4 in a row, whatever I can do. Sometimes the last time, I don't know, I guess I don't know what I was thinking. I just dumped them in here and left them alone, and they were fine. So not a whole lot of thought into placement. And you can do it pretty quickly. So let's get these in and then I'll show you. I think I want to just add a little bit of peat. Sorry, I know y'all can't see this, but my bucket of peat is right here. I'm just going to add that over the top a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a layer. And then they're going to get on the wagon and go. Look, I'm even reusing what they came packaged in. So there's that. All right, that's it. I'm going to label it, water them in, and hopefully in a few weeks, hopefully in a couple of weeks, I'll see some growth. And in 2 months, we'll have some lilies. All right, y'all. I will see you all later. Hope you have a fabulous week. Bye.